Hello, my friends. I'm Fiona Sipkin, a host of a talk show, The Bridge for Women Worldwide, a Ukrainian-American. In this blog of mine, you will hear an idea which is the least bad option for Ukraine and the world at large. So this is it. We need to not only send more weapons to Ukraine, but also to end any restraints to destroy as much of Putin's Russia capability as possible on the Russian territory, where it hurts most. You see, no one can declare absolute victory in the war today for four reasons. Reason one, Russia cannot win even if using nuclear weapons, because it's impossible to occupy Ukraine against a massive insurrection of an increasingly hostile population. On the other hand, Ukraine cannot win because it lacks military power to sweep the Russian military out of the country unless it hits the enemy deep into the Russian territory to destroy the war arsenals. Reason two, Ukraine has been largely destroyed, many cities and much of the infrastructure turned into rubble. Reconstruction will cost hundreds of millions of dollars. And the longer the war, the tougher the reconstruction at the huge cost of the world. So longer war is a lose-lose, right? Reason three, Russia has provoked NATO to add 2 new members and increase the defense budget. The sanctions has affected regular Russians and its economy with huge losses on the battlefield. To end this war will be good for Russia, even losing to Ukraine, right? Reason four, the negotiations are unthinkable because of polarization. Ukraine doesn't want to give up 20% of its lands while Russia wouldn't give that back. Any negotiations can end only in ceasefire or stalemate or suspension of fighting. This is not a win. This is not problem solving, right? Well, how can we change the situation for the better? While America is allocating billions to support Ukraine, it imposed restrictions. Ukraine should not strike Russia deep into its territory to avoid escalation. Let's ask ourselves, why should Russia be allowed to strike all of Ukraine and Ukraine be prevented to strike back where it hurts most on the Russian territory? That's unfair to our partner, Ukraine. Our government in Washington could and should reverse this restriction, could and should. It also can add special weapons to take down the Kerch Bridge, which is linking Crimea to the Russian side of the Sea of Azov. This will greatly restrict Russia's supply lines and have the aim of forcing President Putin to negotiate somehow. The outlook for Ukraine looks grim today, very grim. Without the major change in strategy, it will continue to look grim. Waiting to weaken the world's dependence on Russian energy will take years and years, if indeed it is a viable strategy. What exactly can we do? That is the question. Under the circumstances, my idea is imperfect, but the least bad option, both to Ukraine and to the world at large. It is to increase the flow of weapons and mainly end any self-deterring restraints to Ukraine to impose as many casualties as possible on Putin's military and destroy as much of Russia capability as possible. We all know that killing more and destroying more is not a constructive strategy, but it goes along with what General Austin said when visiting Ukraine about weakening Russia to the extent it could not attack other countries, in the visible future at least. And that is sadly the least bad option, both for Ukraine and the world at large. Please call and write to your senators and congressmen to put this idea in action. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to the Bridge channel, and please follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and my book website, www.fionasitkin.com. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.